Welcome to the Tokyo Bill, a short news brief on recent events in and around Japan. A quick announcement on this weekend's beer event news. Beer Fest Tokyo is taking place Saturday and Sunday in Ebisu at Ebisu Garden Place. Over 120 craft beers and a special consulting center will be available to let new beer fans talk to brewers and beer judges and learn about beer tasting and making. Tickets at the door are 6,300 yen. There may be less pricey tickets on the website, so check out beerfes.jp. That's BEERFES.jp. Now on to the news. Tokyo police are seeking public help to address groping incidents on trains and other areas, enrolling actress Ayaka Imoto in a campaign which is currently running over the next 2 weeks. Last year, there were 725 reported groping incidents, over 70% occurring on trains or at stations. As many victims hesitate to seek help due to fear or embarrassment, police recently demonstrated the Digi Police app, which allows users to request help and call out an alarm to warn off groping assailants. They've also asked for people to look out for and report anyone molesting their fellow passengers. The Japanese government reported that last year, the number of births fell below 700,000 for the first time since record-keeping began in 1899, with 686,000 babies born to Japanese nationals, marking a decline for the 9th consecutive year. The expected lifetime number of children per woman also reached a record low of 1.15. In contrast, deaths rose to 1.6 million people, leading to a net population decrease of 919,000, the largest decrease ever. The Health Ministry attributes this decline to smaller younger generations and delayed marriage and childbearing. It expressed concern and plans to halt the ongoing decline. Since last year, full-time employees in Japan saw significant salary increases, but that's apparently not the case for non-regular workers, who make up 37% of the workforce. At sushi restaurant chain Sushido, full-time workers saw 6% wage increases, but part-timers got nothing, prompting strikes in recent months. Part-time workers at one branch, even working for over 10 years, report earning only 20 yen more per hour than in their first year. Trade union giant Rengo asked 144 companies about their wage increase performance. Of the half that bothered to respond, average raises for part-timers were around 4%, compared to 5.3% for full-time workers. The government notified Japan Post of its plan to revoke its license to operate its fleet of 2,500 delivery vehicles due to failures to check if drivers consumed alcohol. The penalty under the Transportation Business Law could affect Japan Post for a 5-year period and was prompted by a report showing that 75% of post offices did not conduct mandatory checks, and an audit further revealed falsified records. Of the multitude of vehicles employed by Japan Post, the 83,000 motorcycles used for daily mail delivery would not be affected. Japan Post must respond to the proceedings by June 18th. Japanese police reported a record high in restraining orders against stalkers last year. In 2024, there were 19,567 stalking complaints, leading to 2,415 restraining orders issued under anti-stalking laws. Tracking tags have become a useful tool to monitor bicycles, bags, and other items subject to theft, but authorities have noted an increase in stalkers using tracking tags to monitor their victims. Complaints about these tags being placed on personal belongings rose to 370 last year. Current laws do not prevent attaching tracking devices to someone else's possessions, so the National Police Agency is looking into new regulations to address this issue. On June 3rd and 4th, multiple junior and senior high schools in Koto Ward, East Tokyo, received suspicious messages containing threats to harm as many children as possible. This led to school closures on June 5th and 6th. The Metropolitan Police Department is investigating these threats, which may result in charges for obstructing business. One message threatened staff and students at Kaetsu Gakuen, while another message sent to Nakamoto Junior and Senior Girls High School stated an intent to attack students. As a result, Nakamoto decided to close its campus on those days. Around a dozen schools in metropolitan Tokyo reported receiving similar threats. Thursday saw a loss of contact with a private Japanese moonlander named Resilience, which likely crashed during its landing attempt. By Friday, the company iSpace announced that communication would not be restored and the mission was concluded. Resilience was carrying the European rover Tenacious, but it is now unlikely that it or other payloads can be deployed. Resilience, launched on January 15th, aimed to become the second private lander to achieve a soft landing. The Tenacious rover was designed to perform various experiments on the moon, including collecting lunar soil samples and testing production methods for oxygen and food. This has been the Tokyo Bill. These stories and more you can read at theTokyoBill.com. I've been and remain Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.